It's my feel-good breakfast show.
That's the look of a face of a man who knows he has arrived. You've got to have your own build-up. It's amazing, man. We love it. So that Friday feeling is already bubbling everywhere. So let's crush it. Let's squash it with some hard news. Now, of course, we've got a lot to take in. Some big news stories this week. And luckily, we do have our very own news editor, Simpson, with us to hopefully simplify and analyze the headlines that have us talking. And it's good that we are talking about it because it really does concern us. So please join us in this discussion and share your insights, your opinions. We need to know how you feel, how you think. WhatsApp us. A voice note, 063-408-8863.
That's
What
it.
a week.
Mr. Roy, thank you for joining us this morning. So listen, there's a lot to talk about. And I think let's start off with this. The national shutdown proposed by the Economic Freedom Front. They had a press conference this week where they kind of also unpacked, kind of what is happening, trying to tell the public what is happening. So how do you see this? Because I think a lot of people's got a lot of questions around this come Monday.
Well, a lot of fear.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. I think that there's so much hype and so much oxygen being breathed into this thing by the media. There's so much attention on what is going to happen on Monday. Yeah. And the thing is, we can't be sure, which of course just helps breed the hype as well. What we do have is a very cleverly chosen date, because it's Tuesday, of course, is the public holiday. Monday, as a result, already last year, we decided the schools were going to be closed because there's no point having just a Monday between a Sunday and a Tuesday public holiday. So when Julius Malema, right at the beginning of this process, said, we're going to shut down the schools, checkbox, he'd already done that.
He'd done it, preempted it, yeah,
Thanks,
brilliant.
Angie Mochecha had sorted that for him. Similarly, we then have this threat of violence, or the implicit threat of violence, and there's a lot that hinges on that thing. But importantly, businesses are inclined to be risk-averse. So if you're a business and you're worried there might be violence, this might affect my business, someone might steal my stock, someone might hurt my staff, the inclination then is to go, no, let's not trade today. So I think we're looking at quite an effective shutdown in terms of general social activity and economic activity. I think that will come to quite a halt.
He's become a master at doing this, at carrying out this mechanism, and he does it so well, and he can get away with a lot more than I think most can. What's the outcome for them that they are looking for? Is it fait accompli already? Has he achieved what he's set out, or what could possibly happen on the Monday, or does it matter to the EFF? What's the end game here for them in terms of Monday and all the policing forums and community forums that are asking us to come out?
Yeah. No, we can swap seats at this stage. You've got it in one. He's already achieved the objective. The objective here is not to get Cyril Ramaphosa to resign. That's not going to happen. It's not to magically fix Eskom. It's none of the things that are on the table. What it is can we mobilize our people? We've got an election coming up next year. Can we show that Malema is the man? That in among this inactive presidency from the ANC, in among the DA's failure to gain traction, is there a party that actually has action? Yes, it's us. Look at us.
He is a man of action, eh?
Or doing things.
Exactly. I mean, they haven't even got quite 10% of the national vote, and yet here the entire nation is talking about them. So I think that it's going to be sporadic little bits of road closures and things all over the place, and then there'll just be a lot of attention on wherever Julius Malema himself is, which if he wants maximum attention, probably he would go to Eskom's headquarters. I'm guessing, If he wanted maximum impact, he might go to the president's home.
Oh, wow. I'm going to hedge my bets and go.
and here he's got us talking about it.
But exactly,
Exactly, because he did say, because I mean, one of the questions in the press conference was, so how does it work? Where do we start? Is there a starting point? And he just blatantly said, wherever you are.
Outside
wherever you are.
your neighbor's house.
Because it doesn't matter, objective already achieved.
Wow.
So we'll wait and see for Monday what will happen. But just take this into account, especially if you're a business owner as well. Just quickly touch on what's happening out there in Tshwane.
Okay, well, I'm going to say, I can see the steam coming out of your ears. So at least, in this case, there is a leader to follow. It seems like in China, there is no leader to follow at this stage. We'll get the details in just a moment. If you want to chat about anything that's affecting you in terms of these news stories, how does it play out in your world? Let us know. 063-408-8863. For instance, how is your community planning to deal with Monday's shutdown? We'd love to hear from you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Ah, what a hero's image that is. So welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show this morning. Now, there's definitely no shortage of important things to talk about this morning, and we continue those discussions with our news editor, Roy Simpson, this morning. My friend, there's lots to talk about. In our previous segment, we covered a little bit more about the national proposed shutdown by the EFF on Monday. But now let's move over to Tshwane, capital. We're not sure if it has a mayor. At the moment, there's been votes, there's been ballots, there's been lots of things happening. What's going on? Why is it so messy?
Fridays they do have mayors, Thursdays they don't.
They
Oh,
don't.
I
Okay.
see,
And
I
Monday?
see. Okay, Monday maybe?
Monday's
Someone
point
else.
toss for now.
Yeah.
But it's been like that. It's been a complete circus. The process that happened was the DA and a coalition controlled Tshwane. They had the mayor's seat, a guy called Randall Williams, then resigned. And so obviously then you go to a council meeting and you put in a new mayor. And so the DA and its coalition partners went, this man, Celia Sprink, he's our guy.
Man.
In they go, and the voting happens. And it's like a battle of the bands, but they back the wrong band, because 112 beats 101. So they land up losing the vote and losing the seat. But of course, Murunwa Makwarela is then the person who takes that. Within days, it emerges that he is an unrehabilitated insolvent, so he's taken out of the position. He waves around a document from the courts saying, no, I've been rehabilitated.
I've got a free pass. I've got a hall
Absolutely.
pass, guys.
Gets back into the position. The Gauteng High Court goes, that's not from us, that's a forgery. Out of the position.
That's off the internet. Get out of here.
Yeah, I don't know, Microsoft Word or something.
Yeah.
It was shabby. But you've now got a situation where he had been the speaker. So there's no speaker and there's no mayor. So they go back in because now they need to choose. And the DA and its coalition partners do their maths, and they realize the only way they could have lost that vote is if someone from within their ranks effectively betrayed them and
Sold
voted
out.
for the other guy. So at this point, we need to choose a new speaker in Tshwane, and the Democratic Alliance decides to literally throw its name away. They decide, we're going to subvert the democratic process at this stage. And I think that's really important to me, that's understood, that's what they did.
Why?
Why?
What? What?
Because there are, at this point, 211 councillors in the chambers. They know that if everybody toes the party line, they've got 106 votes beating out 105 votes. They need everybody to vote the right way, though.
Absolutely.
So they figure out a way to circumvent the secret ballot. This is the same party that's always up in the National Assembly going, secret ballot, and they're right. That is the correct way. That would be the most democratic process, given that people are elected to Parliament. So people are also elected to the City Council. And they decide, no, the secret ballot doesn't work for us. We've got a loophole. You can vote, make any mark at all on a ballot paper. So you're number 1, 2, 3, all the way to 69 for their councillors. You write down your number. And then we can see who voted and whether they voted correctly. So the vote count happens. It's as they expect, 37 and 69 gives them 106. But the IEC says, no, you've tried to subvert the secret ballot. You've tried to destroy a free and fair election. Those are spoiled ballots, they don't count. And so you have Nedisi Swanana ushered in as the new speaker. But it's because the Democratic Alliance tried to subvert the democratic process. And that's just reprehensible. That really is.
Where does it leave us? How is it going to be in a stasis for a little while, or how do you see this playing out?
Well, Tshwane, they'll go to court, I expect. But, you know, the DA is going to say the electoral law says you can make any mark you want. The IEC is going to go in there and go, no, you deliberately tried. Remember that half of those councillors were voted in from a ward.
Yeah.
So they aren't actually beholden to the party. They're beholden to the people in their ward. So it's a complete attempt to subvert democracy, and that's what the IEC will say in court. So I think things will stand as they are. And I don't know. I don't know what it means for the DA's future, because, I mean, what's the point of them if they're just going to come into power and put party above people? Then we're just in the same place we were.
Oh.
So,
Serious politicking going on this week. Who won? Who lost? Well, unfortunately, generally, I think it is the people that lose in those sorts of situations. Roy, thank you so much for bringing us up to speed. Yes, we didn't touch on half of what we would have loved to, but it is something out there that is affecting you on the base level, in your life, in your home, in your economics. We want to hear about it. 063 406 8863. That's the number to dial. Let's get back in the kitchen, please.